over the range she ran, unless Leanne, you want to add something.
No, she's got it. Wait,
Cool.
should we tell like qualifications or like fancy stuff about it?
Gosh. I don't
Wait, what?
Have you updated it? Let me see. Has anybody on my team updated ours?
I don't know if I updated mine.
We can do it at the end, maybe.
I was just thinking like Angie's. I was like,
oh yeah,
coach. She's
started coaching, like I fully got into it in March of this year, but like 2 years ago, I, jumped into it like as a challenger, and then Carly told me about coaching, and I was a personal trainer, and just this, I was kind of skeptical at the time, and then 2.5 years later go by, I was burnt out. I was like super unhappy. It just was like, can you guys hear my computer going off? I don't know how to turn that off. But I just decided, I was like, I'm going to try something different. I've been thinking about it for a while, and I wanted to leave my personal training and managing job. And so then I was just like, I'm just going to do it, so I just jumped in, you guys. So now I'm full-time, and I've been full-time since May. I started in March, and then I hit Diamond in a month. And then now I'm shooting for 2-star. But I'm just like super, super grateful that I like have this opportunity. I don't know, it's not the norm. And so you usually will like have, you'll wait until you're making like full-time income with coaching. But I, saved a lot when I was living with my parents. And then, I moved out into like, a little dinky apartment. And so now I'm just, living the dream. So yeah, I'm going to talk to you guys today about setting goals. And well, I just started implementing this whiteboard method, and I'll share with that towards the end. But this is perfect timing because October 1st is coming up, which is the last quarter of the year. So setting goals for that is super, super important. And then also for the new month. And so I always start out with quarterly goals. And you don't have to do this, but I structure it in a way of different categories. So I go health, business, contribution, key relationships, and then finances. And so then I take each of those categories and I subcategorize them, like 2 to 3 subcategories. And then I set goals. So those are like my main, quarterly goals. And then from there, you just reverse engineer. And so you just kind of ask yourself, like, what's the most meaningful to you? What's important for you? And, what do you want to make happen? And so when you reverse engineer that, you want to take each subcategory and, take actionable steps in order to get there. And so the way that I do it is I will write it down, I'll brainstorm with Tim, and we'll talk about it. And then I'll put it into an Excel sheet. And then from the Excel sheet, I put my monthly goals onto my whiteboard, and it's new. But yeah, so it's like when I reverse engineer it, I like write it down and I go subcategory, for example, business. I want to hit my sales target. And so then from there, I write down what activities or what outcome will happen if I reach that goal. And then from that outcome, I'll write down the activities in order for me to get there. And then I'll write down method and tracking. So say, for example, like the outcome, if I hit all my sales target, sales is that I would be setting the pace. I'd be leading by example. I'd be creating just like a lot of momentum, and it'd be great. And so in order for me to get there would be, doing your vital behaviors. And I create a block schedule. I don't quite implement it fully. I'm still trying to work on it. It's really, really hard, but I'm trying. And so then from there, those are the activities. So like, following my block schedule, following the vital behaviors, and then from, you know, your activities, the way that I'm tracking it is from, what's that tracker you use, or like the daily tracker, win the week tracker, and then, well, now I'm using my whiteboard. So that's like how I break down my goals. And then, I mean, obviously it's like a lot, it's like kind of intense, but like it just is super, super important to like take a step back and be like, hey, how am I going to get here? Because like you can't just like set these like goals and be like, I want to be a diamond coach. Well, you need to know how to get there, and you need to know how to track it, and you need to know how to like review it and be, you know, learn how to be more productive if you don't reach your goal. And obviously like that SMART goals, it's like specific, measurable, attainable, relevant. But yeah, let's get to my whiteboard. Can you guys see this? Okay. Oh my God, we'll probably lift it up. There we go. Okay. So at the top, I have my monthly goals, and, you know, it's in each category. So like key relationships, finances, health, contribution, business. And then this is the monthly progress. So right now, you know, my goal is SC50 and becoming a team leader on the leadership ladder. I'm only halfway there. And so, you know, you progress that. I've just been coloring in the squares. And then this column here, I got weekly goals, and then, you know, same categorized. And then I go week 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and I mark it down if I get it done for that week. Usually it's towards the end of the week. And then my daily goals, you know, you just, well, right now I'm writing a number. So like, how many reach outs or follow-ups did I do? So today, or I haven't wrote down today because I haven't calculated because I'm not done with the day yet, but you know how that goes. And so then at the end of the week, I'll do my weekly business results. So like number of contacts, number of new coaches, clients, SC points, and then total commissions. So it's been super, super helpful. Like I can't even begin to tell you guys. It's amazing. And I think it's just super important. Like I just started tracking this, and like I just started tracking my income. Like I've kind of just been like, you know, rolling around, and I just haven't really been fully, you know, committing to it. And so now it's just like, it feels good to like, you know, record and track and know where you're at and know where you want to go. And yeah. So that's that, you guys. I'm loving it. You guys should try it. Obviously, like, do what's best for you. Like not everyone works in a different way. You know, whether that's like the Win the Week tracker. I got this like layout at the bottom from the business activity tracker, the BAT from Beachbody. I haven't had the chat open. Maybe if anyone has like questions, holler at me. Kind of list the topics again. Key relationships, health, business, contribution, and then finances. So like contribution would be like obviously like donating and, you know, giving back, but also like contributing to how can I help like my family, or how can I provide like the most value in, you know, the fitness network or wherever it is that you're passionate about. And then health, you know, like spiritually, mentally, physically. Yeah, so like the monthly, weekly, daily, and then the results, it's just like essential, you know, because that's like, you know, what are your monthly goals, okay? How are you going to get there? Every week I'm going to do this. Every day I'm going to do this. It's like what a real business owner would do. Guys, I just love, I forget what podcast I was listening to today, but, you know, it's like we're all just like, I mean, not all. We might all some have it together more than others, but half the time I feel like a chicken with its head cut off running around. What are my daily goals on the whiteboard? I got reach out, follow up. That's one category in my pink. And then I got phone calls and emails. It's super important for me to make phone calls like every day. I try and connect with like a prospect online, and I'm like, I want to get you on the phone. I want to talk to you. Because, you know, it's just like things can be miscommunicated over email. and you can just explain it better. And it's better if you do it face-to-face, like Zoom, FaceTime. And then minutes for personal development, and then recognize. So it's like my what are they? The vital behaviors. So yeah. How often do you feel like girls sign up after a phone call or Zoom compared to just, it's beyond measure. Like you can sell to somebody like on the phone versus email because you have them like, on the phone. You can explain, you can hear their tone of voice, you can kind of just like understand them and take the situation from there. Like it's just so important for me personally. I mean, obviously like not everyone needs to do phone calls, but I just think it's easier that way. Do you set goals for each of those daily goals, or do you just track what you do when they're on? Well, I obviously like will try and do like I always will try and do like 30 minutes of reading, and then 30 minutes of podcast. And then, no, I don't really have any like set number of reach outs. I just make sure I do it. Just do it, Always make sure it's like good quality too. So like, I don't want to do 100 reach outs in one day if the quality is not going to be as, you're just kind of like, you can tell when people like reach out to you like Herbalife or something. When they're just like not connecting with you and wanting to like get to know you better. When they're on the phone, do you walk them through the entire sign up process or no? So what I'll do is if I reach out to someone, I'll send them my link, which is connected to my CRM. So it gets them into my CRM. So I have their email and everything in there. And then from there, I send them just like a brief, quick explanation of the program. Right now I'm promoting Lift 4. And then from there I go, does this sound like something that will fit with, your budget and help you reach your goals? And they'll say yes or no. And then, you try and assist them from there. But most of the time they say yes. So then I send them a PDF and I go, okay, let's set up a time to talk on the phone or Skype or Zoom. And so then I go, what days and times work best for you? And then from there, you hop on the phone with them, and sometimes it's good, sometimes it's not. And, it's the way the cookie crumbles. And then, so with that PDF, it'll be like that basic, all the information. And then at the end, it'll be like, how do you sign up? Well, there's 2 ways to sign up. You can do customer, or you can do VIP or membership. And then after that page, I take the steps to walk them through. And it's the same essentially besides like your social security number. And then I'll send them the link after the phone call. I'll be like, click the link and then follow those steps in the PDF if you need help. Could you give us an example of a goal? Hitting SC5, how do you break it down to get to your goal by a certain day, by the 5th? So yeah, so if I wanted to hit SC10, by the 10th, like that's obviously at the very top. Like I want to get to SC50, but in order for me to get to SC10 by the 10th, I would have to, you'd have to get to break it down. Like how many customers do I need to get in 3 to 5 days in order for me to hit my goal? Okay. Like if you need to sell 5 challenge packs. So say your goal is SC5, you want to sell 5 challenge packs, or not SC5, 5 challenge packs. You break it down to like how much the challenge pack will create your commission and SC points. Does that make sense?
Yeah, I'm just asking, like, how do you break it down? Like, would you go, okay, Monday, let's say like Friday is the 10th. So like Monday, would you do like a certain amount of reach outs or a certain amount of invites? And then Tuesday you do a certain amount, or like, would you like break it up over the week and then make sure,
Absolutely.
or maybe you do like 10 each day. So you get like 1 out of 10 people sign up, and then, I don't know.
Well, if I was trying to get to SC10 by the 10th and it was on Friday, and because you want to like by the 1st, you want to be like selling packages by that day. You want to be like leading that in from like the 28th to the 29th, like later in the month. So then that way it will secure your, not all the time does that happen, but like that's the goal. So just always continuously reaching out and making those connections and talking to people that you would enjoy working with. And then also, if you made like a income goal, like obviously you want to reach out and express that this is a coaching opportunity, this is an income opportunity. So you'd want like business builders, and so finding those right people that you think would work best for you.
So like, what do you normally do when it's like now, let's say, and you're planning to hit SC5 on the 5th? Like, when do you usually start like sending out invites? How many do you send for that?
Right now, like the 25th, and I'm trying to get to SC5. Probably like 10 to 20. I'd say maximum 10 a day. I don't go to, I'm not that 100 girl, or like, 35 to 40 a week would be like a goal for me. But that's just because like it's like when you're talking to somebody and it's like your follow-up for the day. Those follow-ups are essential because that you've already created a connection with them, and they're like, get me next month. And so then that's like, got like 5 people that are like, I'm not ready to start in September. I'd rather wait in October. Sorry if that doesn't answer your question.
No, that does. That's good.
Yeah, I mean, 10 invites is great. And make it quality over quantity, always, because you want to be like present in the moment and like talking to that person instead of just like throwing out copy paste like, hey, come join my challenge group,
I think Katie had a question. She said, how do you approach inviting them to call or Zoom?
I found that I don't like doing Zoom anymore just because it's like, okay, click this link, download the app. Okay, that's, so I just get their phone number and then I'll either ask, call, or FaceTime, or I'll call. But yeah, Zoom was just kind of like, you just had to go through all those steps. It was unnecessary. I'd wait till they're like a coach, or would want to be a coach. I'd be like, okay, download this app and we'll hop on Zoom.
I'm just going to like keep talking and asking questions.
Do it. I don't care.
I got one. Angie, what advice would you give to any coaches right now, new or not, who are still pushing for their Success Club in September goals?
Don't give up. Keep pushing. Be a badass. Hustle hard. Like, drink coffee, drink your Energize, get those invites out. If you're not by your goal and it's like, you got 5 days left in the month, like, up your numbers then. Yeah, for sure. Absolutely. And your mindset's super, super important because you can't just like get down on yourself and be like, I haven't hit my goal yet. Like, I'm a piece of shit. Like, what the hell? What am I doing wrong? Like, no, take a step back and understand, like, what are you not doing in order for you to get to that point? There's got to be something. You got to fix it. The way that your script is, how many invites you're doing, the people that you're reaching out to. Something that worked a lot for me in recruiting to my free group this time was to send an initial message through Instagram and then answered, with a video. Yeah, I love that. I've been wanting to try that out actually. Video, yeah. So do you mean video like through like when you're recording on Instagram? Yeah, that's prime. If they say no to me that they don't want to, get on a phone call or something, I'll for sure get on video. Because then they see your face and you're like, hey, yeah. They know that you're, genuine and interested in them.
Yeah. It also saves so much time and energy than having to like type out the same thing over and over and over again. It's like you just pull up and it's like, hey, like, here's the answer to your question and knock it out.
But the one part that sucks about it, if they don't answer within like, for a long period of time, they'll miss the video. And so I usually I'll write it down in like streak or something. Like, this is what I said to this gal. Like, I don't want to forget about it. And then, something might get mixed up. If you don't want to.
Do you feel like your business changed a ton when you started like tracking stuff?
Oh yeah, for sure. I have an embarrassing story to tell. I had my card on file it's on my mom's account and then my sister's account because she needed help for the month and I didn't really think of it, but I just did it. And I got these like emails from compliance and I didn't get the email. It was like being threaded into, my trash or something. And then I got the email, and then when I wasn't tracking my income, my account was on hold for like 2.5 months, and I didn't know. And so I like hopped on there. I was like, why the hell haven't I got paid in 2.5 months? But the great thing is that they don't hold your ranking. So that would have been like, terrible. But I mean, yeah, just like being aware of like where you're at, how much you're getting paid. Like, I mean, I was just terrible at that.
So then once you got it fixed, did you just get like a huge paycheck? Did they?
Oh yeah, fattest paycheck ever. It was the best day. Yeah.
That's interesting. Nice.
Yeah.
They don't like penalize you aside from just being like, we're just gonna hold it until you fix this.
Yeah, I mean, essentially that's what they're doing. It was just a knock on my part, but you live and you learn.
Does anybody else have any questions for Angie whatsoever about her organization system or anything else, or how she went diamond in a month when she made the decision to start working her business?
Oh yeah, that was a different strategy back then, because like, that's like a goal you want to get to quickly. So if you're trying to go from emerald to diamond, I would sign up everyone as a discount coach. Just do it. And then, it will start accumulating over time. And then hopefully most people will want to be discount coaches, but that's just like, left, right, left, right, left, right. But now I'm trying to do customers to coaches, but it's September. I've been in this for like 4 months full time. So I'm still learning.
Yeah, go ahead. The question is, did you do anything else for Diamond Best Tips?
Yeah, I mean, I did a lot. I was working hard, you guys. It was something I like really wanted, and I still want to keep, obviously going. But the compound effect was really big for me. If you don't know that book by Darren Hardy, I think that was a really, really big game changer. If you're not in a pouring yourself into like a PD book right now, you got to go get one. Amazon. I'm trying to think what else. Vital Behaviors, of course, very repetitive. Everyone probably already has heard it before. What are some reasons to convince someone to sign up as a coach who wouldn't be typically willing to do that sort of thing? Well, I mean, that could be a whole bunch of different situations, but say like they didn't want to put down their social security number. I mean, that'd be one thing, you don't want to push them to do that, but you would just want to be like, I would always recommend signing up as, don't call it a discount coach, call it a membership, discount membership, preferred client. And then, just say that, I mean, it's a lifestyle change. So you're going to be in it for more than just a month. So why not get the discount? You save money overall. Yeah, VIP membership. Are you doing 10 quality invites each day? Can you give an example of your process invites? Are you doing 5, 3, 2, 1 every day in addition to inviting? Yeah, I am. And I just have found that like the more that you share yourself on social media, like the more people, just will want to, share with you and trust you and, know that you're real and this like person that's like going through all these things and like, but you're willing to help them. But yeah, I love that 5, 3, 1 inviting rule. It's great. I love that. And then making sure you're like following the correct algorithm. So posting multiple times a day, making sure your hashtags are correct. There's lots of videos on that. And also making sure that your posts are quality content versus, quality over quantity. Or what other ways are you using to build relationships? I mean, really, it's all through Instagram. It wouldn't be through anything else. Maybe Facebook, but I've slowly brought it on Instagram, and you just you get to know the person, like just a conversation that you would have if you had them like at a coffee shop in front of you or at a bar or anywhere. What do you do for work? Your family, just getting to know them and having like a real conversation. Best tip for a new coach who's feeling overwhelmed but wants to start having success. You're going to feel overwhelmed but that's the best thing. Like lean into it, like how grateful are we to be able to have this as a job and to be able to reach out to as many people as we can and to build a platform that's like built on like our beliefs and what we are passionate about. And it's like, that's like you. I mean, definitely just like coming back, like prioritizing what's going to get you to where, you can't do everything. You can do anything, but you just can't do everything at once. I mean, yeah, you're just always going to feel overwhelmed, but you just kind of got to find something that like works the best for you, but also just like making sure you're getting in your behaviors. Doing the daily things, no matter how you feel. Like, you're not always going to feel like doing your reach outs or working out or, eating well, eating your veggies. Like, you just have to do it. Like, you just have to force yourself. How long did it take you to hit Emerald? That's a good question. I mean, well, yeah, so that's another thing with Diamond, like making sure you have your, like, ideally you'd want both sides locked in, but like making sure you have your family member, significant other, someone on that side that you'll eventually be able to build, and on your weak leg. So make sure that happens if it hasn't already, because you got to stack that paper. But yeah, you can't wait for people to help you. You got to make it happen. Lead from the front. Hopefully this was helpful, you guys.
I loved your whiteboard, and I'm definitely going to start implementing something of like my own very similar, because I'm such a visual person, and just like being able to see like the bars grow and the numbers filling up in the boxes and everything like that is just like mind blowing to me. So it's like, oh my gosh. So thank you. I'm excited about that.
Yeah. Best thing ever. And yeah, I'm to Gigi. PD is the actual number one thing. I think that comes before like, well, I mean, everything will fall into place once you like what you just said. I love that. What are you reading? Contact. Hashtags.
Gigi, I just unmuted you if you wanted to talk.
Oh, sorry. I'm such a slow typer. I'm listening to 10X and Compound right now, the Compound Effect. I switch between both and a couple of podcasts. And then I've also been like listening to coaches talk about inviting and stuff, because I'm just like, I got to get over it. I have to just do it. And it's just helped so much. I've sent like I've made it a goal to send it between 30 and 54 invites every day, which is like crazy, but
nice.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
And like PD helps so much, like you said.
Yeah. It just like helps you get out of your head. And like, I don't know. I feel like I've been through like phases, and like you go back down. It's kind of like the same thing with like with my fitness journey. And I know people talk about it all the time, but like where you're like, oh, you feel so motivated and you feel so confident. And then all of a sudden you don't. And you're like, why can't I just invite? I just sent a ton of invites last week, or I've been talking to a bunch of people. And then all of a sudden now I like lose my confidence, and I'm just like over it. I'm like, I can't do that anymore. I have to just keep inviting.
Yeah. Keep that momentum going, or else don't want to lose it.
Yeah.
That's so good, Gigi. I just said in the chat, but in case you didn't see it, you have to watch Ashley Feldyson's inviting video. It says, I think it's called like her inviting process. It's literally 7 minutes long. She goes from like start to finish of like how she invites every single day. And she does a ton of invites. Like she literally will use her entire notebook, like all the lines.
That's so good. That's exactly what I'm doing.
Yes, I've been doing that ever since I watched it, and it's so like it just I love it.
Yeah, it's amazing.
Well, thanks for having me, you guys.
Thank you so much, Angie.
Yes. If anybody has any last questions, we'd like to.
You can message me too.
Also, Zoom gave us unlimited time for free tonight, because this is apparently our first group meeting. So I don't know if this is like the most amount of people we've had, or what it is, or.
I saw that. I was so confused. I'm like, I didn't upgrade. Did anybody else?
That's exciting. Any other questions for Angie, or just a bunch of thanks? Angie, you're awesome.
The one last thing I would say is to nurture your, relationships with your clients. That's like huge, 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 huge. So don't ever forget about them, because they're the building blocks of your business, and that will get you a transformation photo or whatever. A good email that you can post, or a review.
Love that. So good.
So true.
Alrighty, I'm gonna stop recording.